I think also Ruba had the courage, which I think is rare in filmmakers today, to write. She had the courage to let there be silence in film, and I think they are truly earned silences, and they speak volumes, and that's masterful. And I think she's a filmmaker. I think filmmakers who have made 10 films would want to have the craft and art that she does.
That's something. That's something. Another aspect to the film that's so interesting is, I think in feature films, in television, we see the Arab man portrayed in, a very specific and kind of one-dimensional way. And this is not that. This is, Alex, can you talk a little bit about the nuances of your character and how it is a different portrayal and a fresh look at an entire gender of a culture?
Well, I suppose the interesting thing was that, in general, I don't know if there are any Arab families in here right now. Hi. But, we're a fairly passionate lot, but we're also incredibly zipped up. We're very sort of guarded, especially in public, and our dignity and sense of honor and duty are terribly important. And Ruba just wrote it kind of effortlessly. Most people, have to chuck a prayer scene every other scene to get to drill home to remind people it's Arab, because they don't have the trust that people will buy the fact that that an Arab man could be dignified, could hold himself with incredible grace, especially in today's rather kind of difficult time when we're fed with, CNN images or Al Jazeera images of screaming, yelling people. This was just a lovely look and at a different side, a side that exists, and a side that everybody sort of in the Arab world knows these people. And so it was an excuse to introduce to a lot of other people who haven't met this man. And I believe that when you watch a film, you meet the characters when you're watching a film as an audience. You're not a passive sort of. You can be, but you actually you can say after the movie, I met this Arab man called Tareq in Cairo. Even if you've never been. And that's the beauty of great movies. And this lady pulled one of those off.
She certainly did. Patricia, there was something about Alex's performance as Tareq, that it was so chivalrous. It's so gentle, and it's so not the Western man as well. What was that like for you and experiencing that? It's so different than the image that we think.
Well, it made my work very easy every day to show up and work with this incredibly chivalrous, graceful, hot man. Overshare? What I think is most wonderful is that I think Ruba took actually an ordinary man, just an ordinary man, and rather an ordinary woman, and I think created something extraordinary. I think we are people you see every single day, and people, Muslim men who are all throughout the Middle East every day of their lives, living this life, and we don't do anything large in this film. I think
they're not movie stars.
No,
these characters are not.
I think the largest thing we do is order a cup of coffee, but within
go buy a ticket.
And so, but it's in the little things that you'll see. They add up. Those little tiny moments.
It's true. She's right. It's absolutely
and it's
true.
very sexy. It's so hot.
It is very, very hot.
Sexy. I'm telling you, it's really.
You know what? People keep asking me about the chemistry, and I keep saying, you as a director, you can never cast it. I won the bank. Is that a good saying?
No.
You bit the bank.
I don't even know what the saying is.
I was lucky.
Isn't it I bought the bank?
Isn't it? I won the lottery.
Yes, I won the lottery.
There we go.
I won the lottery.
Yes, you did. We have a great group of people here. You've heard them say some wonderful things, and I know I haven't covered all the bases. I'd love to open it up to the audience who has a question for our lovely guests. Anybody? There's a mic. Oh, yes, ma'am.
Hang on, we have
Oh, there's a microphone. There's a microphone, so everybody can hear your excellent question.
I saw the movie last night. There's one part that I don't understand. You get on the bus, and you were this, only there's a young girl on the bus, and all the others are men. And then the soldiers come and ask you to leave the bus. What happened?
Well, I mean, in that part of the world, I think we take for granted that we can, in Toronto, we can go wherever we want. And if you get on a bus to go from Cairo to Gaza, it's not that easy for Canadian women. And the reason, it's pulled off the side of the road because there were rumblings ahead about another bus that was, who knows, dangerous. But she's lucky because she's a Canadian passport that she gets pulled off and she gets to return home, whereas the fate of the other passengers is in question.
Ruba, is it important to you to tell Arab stories? Is that the filmmaker you are, or is it just what came out of you this time?
I mean, honestly, I'm a storyteller, and I was born in Canada, and my parents are Arab. I'm Arab, but it's what came out of me. People keep asking me how I came with this idea, and I saw a blonde woman in Cairo airport stranded, and a handsome Arab man picking her up from the airport, and I kind of ran with that. And I think my identity is very much inside of me, but it's not like I think, okay, what's the next Arab story I have to tell?